Hey everybody, I hope you're up for a little bit of everything today in this 20-minute full body workout. I've got friends with me and we have some unilateral moves, some bilateral moves, some compound and some single moves. You need to set your watches to 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. We've got 9 moves today. Move number 1 is a single leg reverse lunge with a clean. So have the dumbbell, a heavy dumbbell is what you'll need for the workout today. That's going to be on one side. That side of your body is going to step back into the lunge. And then as you come to stand, use momentum to shrug that dumbbell up towards your shoulder. I don't want it to be a strict curl by any means, so be sure to use the power and momentum from that lower body. After your 15 seconds of rest, you're going to stand that dumbbell up on its end and do head cutters. So you're doing kind of a hinge and a squat at the same time to get down to the dumbbell. Then you clean it up to the shoulders and press up overhead. When you press up, be sure to lift that chin up just a bit so you don't hit it, and make sure that your ribs stay stacked on top of your hips throughout this movement. Really strong abdominal brace, good full body kind of cardio exercise for that one. 45 seconds of that followed by 15 seconds of rest, and then we go into that same as move number 1, but on the other side. So feet start hip width apart, reverse lunge, and clean. Be sure to keep your chest up nice and tall, abs are braced, and use the power from coming to that standing position to help get the dumbbell up to the shoulder. This dumbbell should be heavier than your curl weight, so you should have to use momentum to get it up there. 15 seconds of rest, then we're heading into kind of our other circuit. So you'll find a pattern here. We'll have one unilateral exercise, one bilateral, and then repeat the unilateral on the other side. So into our next circuit, we've got 45 seconds of a single arm dumbbell snatch. This is another move, kind of like that head cutter where you both hinge and squat at the same time. So get those hips back and down. And then again, using power to get that dumbbell up overhead. Please don't shrug it up to the shoulders. Please use momentum coming to that standing position. I didn't take rest here because I was short on time. Kids were losing their minds. But 15 seconds of rest and then 45 seconds of a plank pull through. So that dumbbell should be kind of towards the hip of one side. Take one arm, reach across to grab the dumbbell, and then pull it to the same side. Please make sure you're pulling the dumbbell across instead of pushing it across. And if your hips and shoulders are staying square, you're great to be on your toes. If you're finding that you're wobbling or fatiguing, you can perform that move from your knees. 15 seconds of rest there, then back into 45 seconds of the snatches. Snatches can be a difficult move, especially if your weight is too light. So don't be hesitant to go a little heavier on this one. The dumbbell should stay close to your body all the way up. And then with momentum, you can flip it so that the wrist comes over top the elbow. It's kind of like zipping up a jacket. So I want you to keep that dumbbell nice and close. And again, using momentum from that lower body to get it up overhead. We're heading into our final 3 moves here. Another unilateral, bilateral, unilateral combo. The first unilateral move is going to be a single leg deadlift with a row. So we're going to start with our feet hip width apart. You can stagger your stance and keep that back toe on the floor, or for more work, you can lift the leg up. And then when you're in the bottom of that deadlift move, you row the dumbbell up towards the hip and back down. So the backs of the legs and the upper back are getting a lot of work here. Here I'm showing that staggered stance option. If that feels really secure, of course, move on to the single leg deadlift where you lift up that back leg. All right, middle bilateral move is a dumbbell swing, little cardio burst here. So you're alternating arms at the top of the movement where the dumbbell is weightless. So it should be weightless right at the shoulder height. And that's where you alternate sides. As you come down, make sure that dumbbell stays at or above the knees. And you're again hinging and squatting at the same time. Once you finish 45 seconds of that, you've got 15 seconds of rest. Then we'll head into our last move, which will be the other side, single leg deadlift and row. Keep your back nice and flat. So at the bottom of the movement, I want you to imagine having a plate or a glass of water balancing on your back. Keep your shoulder blades pulled back and down. Your hips or your leg comes no higher than hip height. And again, you can leave that toe on the floor for more stability if you'd like it. Your abs should be braced really tight. This is a good core move as well, not to mention unilateral and compound. All right, that'll sum it up for today. Once you finish the 45 seconds, you can rest for up to a minute. And then I would encourage repeating this workout or this sequence at least one more time.